We're with Alejandro Tobon, one of the four seniors on the Eastern men's soccer team. Eastern getting ready for their 2016 season opener. Alejandro, you guys just sort of wrapped up your 10-day preseason. How'd that go?
I think it went very well. We got here on a Friday, and then the following morning we ran the running fitness test and the weightlifting fitness test, and it definitely set the tone for the preseason. And we also had a couple of training sessions a day. But what's unique is that we also cook every meal together. Kind of just builds chemistry. We want to have the freshmen really feel welcomed and a part of the team. And we all share that common goal while cooking dinner, that we're all starving. So we want to do it, get it done as quickly as possible. And that kind of relates to the common goal that we have on the field to win every game. So I think it sets the tone.
Men's soccer is probably more like a family than virtually any other program we have. You know, that's really starts from the top, right, with Coach DeVito.
Yeah, he definitely emphasizes looking after each other, holding each other accountable, and it's very important to him.
Now you guys come in on Friday, training session on Saturday, and then you have your first scrimmage on Sunday. That's pretty quick to jump into a scrimmage. Why do you guys start so quick?
I think we do it just so Coach knows that where players stand. He wants to see how the returners are doing, and he wants to see the impact that the freshmen can make on the team. And he really starts to base his starting 11 for the season off these games.
Well, it's very obvious that with that philosophy of boom, starting right away, that the coach, that you didn't start your season in preseason. It either started in last spring or in the summer, right?
Yeah. We, in the spring, we do some training sessions together, and we also, the players get together and we do some captain's practices. And it's all in the summer as well. You have to put in a lot of work in the summer. We have a very organized summer workout packet with running and lifting, and you really got to put the work in to be prepared for the season.
Well, you came in as a freshman in 2013, and there was 11 freshmen, and now there are only a couple left. Why is that so difficult to get through that program?
I think it's difficult because it's demanding, but you also have to have character. You have to really love the sport and show passion for it and just not give up. It definitely tests you as a person, but if you put your mind to it, you can get through it.
Well, you know, Alejandro, we didn't really talk about this off camera, but was there any point in your career where you just said, I mean, this is tough. I mean, everything's built up. I got studies. I got this. I just can't do this anymore. Did that ever enter your mind?
Yeah, I definitely had some points where I was definitely stressed out and I had a lot on my plate, but I just stuck through it. Teammates really help you get through that. You know, you talk to them, you talk to the coaching staff, and it helps. You know, you gotta vent.
And I would assume if you can get through this program, there's not a whole lot of it's going to prepare you for what you're going to go into when you get out, right? Anything that you're going to face from here on in your career is probably not going to be too much more difficult.
Yeah, I think Coach DeVito does a really good job, and he stresses that he's not only training us for soccer, he's training us for life. He really focuses on the little things such as being on time, you know, introducing yourself to your teachers on the first day. He wants us to develop life skills that we can move on with even after we leave this program.
You're right. He really does push that, because when his office used to be down where we are, somebody would walk by and he would say, "Hey, hey, hello, how are you? Don't you say hello?" You know what I mean? Like he's saying, you know, be civil to people, be friendly with people, interact with people.
Yeah, that's definitely big for him. He, when we go on away games and stuff, you know, we have to put our phones in a bucket. He wants us to really socialize and build team chemistry. He says, you know, talk to your teammates. They're there, you know. Sit with someone you don't usually sit with so you can learn more about them. They're your teammates, they're your family, and we're in this together.
That's on the bus he does that?
Yeah.
Wow, and that's where usually people go right for their phones and their headsets.
Exactly, you know. he doesn't really let you listen to music before games. He wants you to focus on the game and talk to your teammates.
Well, talking about the game, I mean, you guys go 14-4 last year, and with Coach DeVito, you're averaging about 14 wins a year in 9 years. You didn't win the conference tournament for the second year in a row, but you won the conference regular season. Can you in any way look at that record and say, that was a disappointment that season?
I think there's definitely some disappointment. We're not complaining because we had a good season. We had 14 wins, but it definitely didn't end the way we wanted it to end.
Was it disappointing? And you had talked about this a little. You started out 6-0-1, and I think you had 4 of them or 5 of them were shutouts. So did you feel like, well, this is it. We've got to maintain this. We're gonna go all the way.
Yeah, we started off really hot, and we were doing really well. But the loss against UMass Dartmouth definitely was a big killer for our morale.
At the end of the year.
Yeah, at the end of the year, it was the last regular season game. And, we weren't really able to bounce back from that.
Yeah, but you have to look at it. Soccer is such a weird game, and we always talk about it. It could be a 1-0 game, you guys win or lose, and you could lose 1-0 and completely dominate the game. So you played Rhode Island College about 10 days before the conference tournament. You beat them 1-0. Then you play them in the conference tournament, they win 1-0. Is it just sort of like, it's just the way it's going to go? I mean, sometimes it's a little bit of luck involved.
Yeah, that's soccer,
Yeah.
The best team doesn't always win, and you're right, you do need a little bit of luck sometimes to back you up and help you get the result.
Well, you guys have about half your team back from last year, and at least half the starters back. Just talk about the makeup of this year's team, what you guys think you might do well, what things you may want to have to work on as the season progresses.
I think this year we are definitely going to be able to keep the ball better. We have a couple of good center mids starting, and some center mids that will come off the bench, and we also have some fast forwards, fast players that will definitely be one of our strengths.
And defenses, talk about how you guys are so dedicated to defense. You only usually average giving up less than 1 goal a game.
Yeah, defense is definitely one of Coach's strong points. Preseason we focus on defense a lot because, if no one can score on you, then they can't beat you.
Yeah. You guys had 6-1-0 games last year. You won 3 and you lost 3. Is the offense the kind of thing that you really got to get it ramped up? You need to have someone come in and score 15 goals?
Yes and no. You can have a player that's hot, but you also can't only rely on that player. You have to have other players that are willing to step up in the moment and make big plays.
Well, do you think the offense will be improved this year?
Yeah, I think we will definitely have a good offense. We have some good freshmen coming in. We have Max Parent, who's an excellent forward, and there's a couple other good guys that will make an impact this year and develop into some great soccer players.
From last year, did you guys tweak did some people move to different positions this year?
Yeah, so obviously Cooper D'Ambrosio is no longer with us, so we've had several players play center back with Manny Caicedo, and we've had some moving around, but we usually stick to one lineup. Since
you've been here, has the philosophy or the way things are done under Coach DeVito changed at all, or has it been a very consistent philosophy?
No, it's been very consistent. The first day that you get here, he makes it very clear that it doesn't matter how good of a soccer player you are, but he's not going to lower his standards for anyone. The standards are the same for everyone, and you got to abide by the team rules.
But has the on-the-field stuff been tweaked at all over your 3 years about how you go about playing the game, how you attack the other team, or has that philosophy been pretty standard?
I think it's been pretty standard. We've always played a 4-3-3, and our strengths are out wide, so it's been pretty consistent.
That's his philosophy. Was it a little bit surprising last year? I mean, you had lost a great goalie from 2 years ago who had transferred, and then you bring in a freshman last year. The way he started out, I mean, that had to be a huge lift for you guys, knowing you were going to get that kind of of goaltending virtually every game.
Yeah, I think Coach DeVito does a great job recruiting goalkeepers. You know, he always has top goalkeepers in this program, and it was definitely, it felt good to know that you had a safe goalkeeper in the back.
We talk about the team in terms of, on your team, is it pretty much, do you have an opportunity to move into a starting role as the year goes, or is it pretty much, if there's no injuries, is it pretty much, these are my starters, we're going to ride them, and these are the people that are going to be coming off the bench?
No, I think there's definitely an opportunity to get in the starting lineup if you're not in the starting lineup. Coach says that you have to earn your playing time during practice, so he's going to play the people that are performing in practice.
Okay, so the Warriors are going to be opening up their season on Thursday. They're going to play another tough one against Babson College. They'll be playing this one on the road, and they will open up at home on Tuesday. They'll be taking on Wesleyan University. Alejandro, thanks for coming in. Good luck this year.
Thank you for having me.